Traditions Homestead. Oh, okay, there it goes.
Get ahead of yourself.
Hey, Rustic Traditions Homestead. Hey, Mom. Mimsy's Garden. Let's see who else is on here.
That's it for right now.
I think that is it for right now. Well, thank y'all for joining us. We are expecting bad weather tonight.
Yeah, it's supposed to get kind of bad here.
I think it's coming over from Texas. Gonna come through tonight.
Hey, Grammy Karen.
How did I? Oh, there it is.
She just came on.
Hey,
My
Grammy
phone
Karen.
goes a little quicker than the actual live feed on the computer.
How are you liking your soap, Grammy Karen? I hope it smells good.
That's right. Some of our soap went out, so we did swap sides. I don't like this either. I'm the same way. I was just thinking to myself how I want to swap sides.
Well, I was just the first one here, so we were waiting on him. Hey, Freedom Homestead and Stacy, how are y'all?
Freedom Homestead.
Yeah, I think y'all are a little behind us on time wise, and we literally fly home from church, tidy up, and come sit down and talk to y'all. So I know it runs into some people's church that time lapse are a little, since we're central.
Good. We hope that you are enjoying. So we actually sent the soap out to 2 or 3
Alabama.
Yeah.
And 2 Alabamas.
2 Alabamas. Kentucky, and then we have a few more going out when the church come in.
Mm-hmm. So. Well, that one will go to Kentucky, Texas, and one's going to Illinois. So lots of orders coming out. Oh, and speaking of that, our shirts, we have our Just Be You shirt has done so good.
Yeah, it's probably done the best out of all.
It has. So we have lots of bee shirts that are going to be shipped out, and yeah, we're excited about that.
Yeah, we have a few of the other ones, but the Just Be You has probably been the best.
It's done really, really well.
Hey, Larry, how are you, man?
So, of course, we shared. Most people were on here last week, but our Just Be You funds are going to our Save the Bee program, which is the education program that we are going to do in our area to locals around here. That we're just going to educate on bees and how to help save the bees, things that you can do to help save the bees, because 1 in every 3 foods that we eat require bees of some sort, whether it's pollination or whatever. Bees work. So
hey, let us know, Freedom. We look forward to it. You can help us do some chores. Milk.
I don't think they want to sign up for that.
Oh, they can do the milking. We'll let them milk, and we'll just skip the morning. No, we hope y'all come, Jack and Tansy.
Yeah, I think it'll be kind of a good getaway for y'all.
It would be. That'd be awesome. When is that coming up? That's coming up.
That is March the 21st. Deep South is March the 21st.
Hey, Cecilia, how are you?
And
put our kids to work.
Hey, look, we have plenty to do.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Me and Aiden, we went grocery shopping today. We had to pick up a few things, some grits, oatmeal, stuff like that we used around the kitchen a good bit. And we come back home and we had a calf out and 5 pigs out. So it's always an adventure here.
Never a dull moment.
So we pull up and I have not even unloaded the groceries, and we're putting stuff, pushing those things off to try to get the calf and the pigs in, which this time I will say it was Aiden's fault because he didn't double lock the gate. Like, it has a little clamp that locks in together, and he just dummy locked it. And because the storms are coming in, the wind pushed that gate, and it was just dummy lock. So when it pushed, it pulled the whole chain, and Josie got out. So you need to keep her around.
I tell you what's been great is we've actually put our pigs now back in the garden where they're rotating on every spot, and I think the garden's really going to benefit from that. We put them back in the turnip green patch. We talked about doing the chickens there. Well, because the pigs kept getting out of where they were,
Family Homestead,
which we have the video. You saw the video of where we put them in front of the old pig net, or excuse me, old permanent pen. Then we moved them. That video is coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, that area is actually ready to tarp now.
Yeah, we got to tarp it, and it's just been raining. We got our sandbags in today, so we should be good to go. Hey, Page family. So we
fancy
started them.
farmer.
We actually put them in the green patch today. So man, they are actually tearing up some greens and some mustards and all. So it's been a really good.
Rustic family traditions. Thankfully, they are really easily led with food.
Definitely.
Actually, when we pulled up, I knew that they were out because we had them over in with the chickens and they were not there. But we spotted 2 of them and did not know where the other 3 were. But when I pulled up to the other side of the house, like our garage side, 3 of them were on the back porch eating Hattie Mae and Spite, which is our Great Pyrenees and
Diana,
our cat.
how are you?
We feed them together like just a feed all food. And the pigs are back here, I mean, in hog heaven.
Get that? No pun intended.
They were literally, I mean, they were chowing down. And I'm like, y'all just
Hey, Holly Ridge, how are you?
We just fed y'all. Anyway, yeah, they were still easily. I had some whey left over from yogurt in the kitchen still with some old breadcrumbs and a bunch of scraps in it. So we just walked them right in. They just went right on in. So thankfully, I didn't really have to chase them around. But
it's not that they're bad, and it's not that they get out on purpose. It's basically, and if y'all have polywire fences or net wire fencing, we've had no sun at all lately. So we've got to learn to keep an energizer on standby, or either just a plug in one just to get us by.
Yeah, like have a backup or something.
And Aiden, as good as he does, he just doesn't check the net sometimes. And if y'all know pigs, they push the dirt as they're tilling, they're pushing the dirt against that net, and that net just bottoms out. It just
our pigs never stop eating unless they're asleep. Ours are definitely the same way.
Our American guinea hogs, they won't just eat until they're sick. I mean, they'll eat, but then they're gonna pretty much relax. But our feeder hogs, man,
they are wide
crazy.
Open. And when I say they're like daylight and dark, they really are.
Our feeder pigs are like our 5 children. They're like
wide open, nonstop. If they can find a way out, they're for some beeline it.
I laugh because in the mornings, the chickens are up with me. I'll hear them crowing when I'm milking. The pigs are still not out. I walk by their pens every morning. Both sets of pigs out. They're gone. But boy, when they wake up, it's just night and nothing.
Wide open. But see, our American guinea hogs are not like that.
Thank you, Mrs. Susan.
They don't root. They don't. They're very cool, calm, and collective. Now we have heard stories, where they.
Yeah, we met the guy. I tried to name his channel. He's from Michigan.
I remember who you're talking about. SSL Dad.
Yeah, SSL Dad. I was going to ask Freedom to help me there, but SSL Dad, we met him, our family dad. SSL Family Dad, Michigan. Great channel if you hadn't watched it. But his boar attacked him, cut his leg wide open. Yeah. And like he said, it was just one of those situations where the sound might have been in heat, and he just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, and we're guilty of being very comfortable with them. But I would definitely say that they are more laid back. They're not gonna. I mean, they'll come at you, when you go in with food, especially like when they're really hungry. But they're very just docile. They're just. But our feeder pigs will they will run you over for food.
They just love food.
So it's kind of funny.
That's good because we're gonna love them too.
Yes, we are.
We were talking. I'm actually gonna help the butcher that's gonna help me process them.
Heavenly Dreams.
I'm gonna get to go in. He's gonna let me work in his butcher shop. So we're excited about that. So I get to I'm gonna see if I can vlog the whole thing just so I can keep up with it. But he's gonna let me help him break down all the hogs. So we're gonna take all 5 to. Well, excuse me. We're gonna take probably 3 to him. The other 2 we're gonna probably try to get processed ourselves for on farm, or try to do a little bit different process.
Yeah, hopefully we can be set up for that. We're not technically set up for that right now, but hopefully by the end of this year, we will hopefully be able to do that all here.
Hey, Shauna Cook. Hey, Heavenly Dreams. Holly Ridge. Yes, we actually saw a feral hog just the other day, actually last Wednesday. We've seen signs of them a little bit too, but have not seen any more since then.
Our area is not totally inundated like it used to be.
Yeah, it used to be. We used to see a lot more. Yeah, so we're excited about being able to process with him. We're hoping about 3 or 4 months we'll be getting ready to do that. Hey, Green Dream, how are you? Hey,
Dawn. That will be good to learn. We were actually able to talk with him.
Thank you, Dawn.
He actually goes to church with us, so we were actually able to talk with him and think that's awesome.
Yeah.
that we're going to have that set up, and we're going to have the opportunity to be able to do
Now
that.
we can't do he's not set up to do our cattle, big cattle. I mean, we could do a calf, but we're not doing a calf, of course. But our big cattle, we're going to still have to take somewhere, just because we're not set up for it. He's not either. But we were just talking about smokehouses, and so we've got a lot of things going on, and hopefully just keep on expanding to being able to do it all on house. So thank you, Page family.
And we also have some upcoming seminars that's very exciting that we're able to share.
Hey, Duncan 1900, how are you?
One is going to be, no, we actually have three.
Yeah,
one is going to be our very first Save the Bee seminar. So y'all be sure to get a shirt if you want a shirt. Our deadline is next week. We're super excited about being able to invest in the clear bee boxes that will travel with us as we, like our very first one is a lunch and learn. It will be here in our town, that we're going to be sharing with some things to teach people. And then we have a local nursery that is going to have us come speak, and we're going to be teaching on no-till methods, which is really cool because that's something that we really adopted this last year. No-till methods, how to naturally keep grass out, fertilize. So the methods that we are now applying here, we're going to be able to teach on those and how we do. We use our animals. Our animals is a no-till, but you can also use the TARP methods. So we're actually doing both of those, but we're going to be teaching. And then we're going to be traveling an hour. It's a little over an hour and a half into Natchez. Do what now?
Green Dream asked if we know how to beatbox.
Beatbox, no. Well, he actually can song. But anyway, we're going to be traveling about an hour and a half to be teaching on the same thing to a master gardeners, which is super exciting. But it's kind of nervous. Yeah. Because we don't consider ourselves master gardeners at all.
We sure hadn't taken the class for it. No. So they got us coming to teach them. And, they're all.
And it's going to be the same thing, no-till. Fertilize, natural fertilize. So we're super excited about that. And the opportunities that we have to be able to go and share the kind of things we're doing.
And see, here's the cool thing. We're going to start a series of videos talking about the fertilizers we use, the organic fertilizers we use, what we use for nitrogen, what we use for phosphate, what we use for magnesium, what we use for just simple amendments to do kind of an all-inclusive feed. And they're not just crazy expensive. Of course, it is what it is when it comes to organics and to non-GMO feeders for your ground. But if we want a quality vegetable, we've got to learn to do it right. So what's so cool is we've been asked, and again, we're kind of intimidated because these people should know way more than us, but they know the way that everybody else knows. GMO,
they know the traditional,
triple 13.
Like I went to a fruit class, and one of the main things talked about was triple 13, fertilize.
Hey, James Gary.
Well, we just don't do that. And then another thing was insecticides, pesticides. And somebody brought up something about the bees, and he was like, "Oh, just do it at night because they go in their hives at night. It won't bother them at all." That is not true whatsoever. So, we are trying to teach people how we do things, which is more natural, more organic, more healthy. So anyway, I think that's cool to be able to do.
And we'll talk more about the videos, but we've done a video on the cottonseed meal. Cottonseed meal is a huge benefit booster for nitrogen. It's a slow active ingredient that you can put over your gardens during the dead season or into the growing season. We actually put it in our compost. It actually, when you go, it actually activates it to make it heat up and actually starts the decomposition a little bit quicker. So it's a very good additive.
Salon Girl said my Master Gardener class here in Dallas was all about Sevens dust, Roundup, and chemicals.
That's what, and see, and nothing against like the one of the person who helped us do our chickens. It's part of the family that owns the nursery, and again they do the Osmocote. They do a lot of the typical fertilizers. Again, we're not. Our goal is to never frown on anybody that does GMO, never to frown on anybody that does tilling gardens, never to frown on anybody that uses any of that.
We just want to educate how we do. So, that's not how we do. We want people to understand that a lot of people don't realize I don't have to till.
Yeah.
I can let my chickens, pigs, if you don't have that, there are still things that you can do where you don't have to till. There are studies that show that not tilling the ground is more beneficial. It's better for the ground in a lot of ways. And I could sit here and read you a list that goes on and on and on. Like one of the things is when you go through and you break up the ground, it releases carbon dioxide, which is not only bad for the ozone layer and
Hey,
the
from zero to
all
homestead.
of that, but it also takes that away from your
Well, you
plants.
lose your carbon.
That they get it from the leaves, but they also get it from the roots too. So just little things like that, but people don't know that they don't know that. They don't know that there's a different way or another option. So that's why we hope to come in and say, this is the way we do it. So if you think you could benefit from this, we're here to help you.
We're crazy.
Did I say that in the right way?
You did. No, so we're excited. So that's gonna be fun. So we've got the seeds started.
James Curry Design Boatworks. Thanks for coming to hang out with us.
Has anybody else started greenhouses or started their gardens? Anything at all?
I got a red strawberry today.
Holly Ridge, what about mulching beds? If we mulch, depending on what we're mulching, we actually have a chip drop that's supposed to come this next week. If we can ever stop the rain,
we need it so bad.
Yeah. So our walkways and our spots that we're not wanting grass to grow, we will use just a regular bark mulch that has not got no chemicals added whatsoever. It is actually waste for most people, so it's a complete raw material that we can utilize and that we can also mix back into decomp for our composition of the soil. Mulching beds, remember, the soil, if you have good quality soil, and this is why we believe in silage tarps, we believe in pine straw during dead seasons, those two things help keep a lot of your nutrients in. Also, it's kind of like a modest cover. You know, when you have your topsoil, if it's open to the elements, you've got animals that you don't want in there dropping in it. You've got the sun hurting it, you got the wind hurting it, taking all away the good things. So mulch it. So put a pile of leaves on it, put a pile of pine straw on it. Don't do hay, but do pine straw, do leaves, do a cover crop, or do silage tarps. It wants to be covered. It's a modest way of covering, but it helps keep your soil to the best quality. It also helps for vermiculture, which is your worms, which are the best way to neutralize your soil and for the best fertilizers worm castings.
Discing also messes up the pH.
It does, absolutely.
Lots of seed starting going on. Yes, rain, please go away. Rustic Tradition says we're waiting on their chip drop.
Hey,
and yes,
drop.
I do love my strawberries. Don't know, Mama. All right. Pigs Rock Farm. Hello, the Max and chat. Aloe vera fermented plant food.
Yeah, I agree.
That's awesome.
We use in our raised bed systems, we use lasagna method and hugelkultur. That's what our raised beds are.
Hugelkultur is an awesome system
compost
for raised beds.
Yeah, and in our soil, it actually works really good in a raised bed system, but not only raised bed, a high raised bed. So it gives you a lot of fermentation going on underneath there, really decomposition.
And I saw somebody say their soil was thin. I read the comment, but I don't remember who said it. Their soil is sandy, so they're doing raised beds. We found the hugelkultur to be a very unique way. There are all kinds of hugelkulturs. I was actually doing a little bit of research on this and saw where people would build like mounds and plant stuff, just let it grow off the mound. It was really, really cool. So y'all look into that. All you have to do is go out to Safari and type in hugelkultur, benefits from hugelkultur, and you can read and learn all kinds of stuff.
I know Mr. Larry does hugelkultur as well. So.
Started peppers today. That's awesome. You know, I had my peppers from last year germinated really, really well. And we have some Hoss tools that have germinated in our seedlings, but mine haven't yet. So I'm kind of I'm not real happy about that. But I do have my
yeah, Stacy, we have a lot. We have some.
I have my peppers and my tomatoes in front of the heater, and I've kept the soil perfect, but the tomatoes have done, but my bell peppers, mine haven't. I've been kind of bummed about that.
Stacy, and if you have clay, the best thing to do is start doing lasagna. If you're going to grow in ground garden, do a lasagna method. Learn to definitely cover during the off season or cover crop. Cover crop adds tons of nitrogen and also helps balance your soil.
Oh.
But by doing the lasagna method gardening, it helps cover the clay because what you're doing is trying to mound on top. So if you could build 6 to 8 inches of good compost, good topsoil, who cares what your clay is doing? You're growing in where you need to grow. So the more you add to the lasagna method, the more you're benefiting your soil. I would tell you use a broad fork because a broad fork will help get some of that good soil into the penetration of the clay, which will help break that shell.
And hello, Mountain View Turning.
Hey, consider Joy. How are you?
Yes, hello, y'all. All you guys popping in.
Test pH. We have a pH test, but I'll be honest with you, we use lime and worm castings as a balancer. So if you're having trouble with your pH running all over the place, lime's a great way to organically, balance out your ground. I would not say you need to just lime on purpose, but especially my fields, every year I lime my pastures and my paddocks.
Busy Little House said hugelculture is my favorite by far.
Yeah,
and there are so many things that you can do with hugelculture. We have basically raised beds. We put boards, sticks, leaves, twigs. What else do we throw in there?
We use rotted wood, actually old wood
all
that we
kinds of
seasoned
stuff
old wood
in the bottom.
Hay.
But you can do I saw what I thought was the coolest was if you go to mounds that you see on Indian reservations and stuff, they build these big, huge mounds, and then they had stuff growing all off of them. It was absolutely the coolest, most beautiful thing. We don't have that, but I thought it was really, really cool.
We're flat here.
We're flat, yeah, we're pretty flat. But I seen people that built triangle type things with stuff growing off of it. It was just the coolest thing. So y'all just type it in. It's really cool.
We fixed our other raised beds too, so we have a video coming out on that. And oh my gosh, it took a lot of soil to put in there. So it's gonna be really nice. You're gonna see those on the next few videos as well. But those are looking really, really good.
Pigs Rock Farm said, I wanted to overwinter peppers. I put them under a light and have hot peppers running out of my ears. I thought they would stay dormant, but they didn't.
Pigs Rock, you know what we do with our peppers? We dry them, dehydrate them, and then Misty makes grinds them up, and that becomes hot pepper flakes. And I literally eat them
on everything.
I probably eat them on everything that we have. It's good for your body. Spice is good. The peppers are good for you, and also it's organic, natural peppers.
They just got a snack, Grammy Karen, so they come over here and grabbed. That's what one of them was saying. Can we please have some bananas? So that's why you don't hear them.
The busy little house. That's exactly right. That's kind of what we were doing. Definitely. Our journey back to basics. Hey, how are y'all?
Yeah, we throw eggshells. We throw bananas, orange peels.
Oh my gosh. Anything that the pigs cannot, if the pigs don't eat it, we don't waste any food here. Mm-hmm. So if we have food scraps, which our food scraps are clean,
yeah.
So if it doesn't go to the pigs, it becomes carbon.
Edamame holes, anything like that goes in the compost.
And that compost goes, of course, we use 2 forms of compost: pile method, which is what we typically like to use, but we started using a rotational galvanized, basically a wire basket, basically, and it helps keep it whole and does well. So the Miva Homestead, what's up? How are you?
Pigs Rock Farm said I eat ghost pepper flakes on food. A lot of it, good for you. Well, we just found some little organic corn chips that have ghost pepper on it, and my kids like spicy. I'm not crazy about spicy, but they do, and which is very ironic. But from 4 up to 11, they like spice. But they got that bag. And I was painting that day, and they were just putting chips in, and all of a sudden it hit them. And my 4-year-old said, Mama, I think I'm going to cry because it was so spicy. They could not handle it. I had milk and water flying everywhere in my kitchen. It was really comical.
We like chili habanero, and we like jalapeno. The ghost is a little too heavy for us.
Hey there, the Mindful Homestead.
Hey, Piper. Hey, Maxine. How are you?
So, yeah, I hope we get a good pepper harvest. I have and this is what I was wanting to tell y'all a while ago for those that didn't know. I have it's a pampered shelf, and it's about that tall.
It's a grinder also.
And I take all of my herbs or whatever I'm grinding up and put it in the little plastic part and flip it up, and it has a hard ball. And I use that ball to keep my stuff pushed down, and the grinder turns, and man, it's perfect. Highly recommended if you're looking for anything to finally grind your dehydrated goods. If you want to grind them like I do, all my basil, oregano, dill, peppers, anything
Rosemary.
like that I dehydrate, I use that grinder and it's amazing.
Maxine, you can use any tree trimmings if you like. The older it is, if it's aged wood, it tends to do better because it's going to rot a little bit quicker.
It's gonna break down faster.
That's right. It's going to break down quicker. But I mean, we've used green wood in some of ours before. I would rather use an old seasoned wood or old twigs that we found that we just don't have any purpose for. I know a lot of people will take some out of an old burn pile if they've burned a pile, and all of a sudden there's a lot of wood left with a lot of charcoal on it. Charcoal and ash can be good for it as well. So that's a way too. So you can use fresh tree trimmings. It tends to not do as good as using something that can break down a little bit quicker.
Piper Homestead said they won't start seed until March. We typically wouldn't hear, but we do have a greenhouse, and we are way down in the south, so that seems to help. And I also keep a heater and a heat lamp on in my greenhouse.
Hey, hard
so that temperature stays about 70 to 75 year round in my greenhouse. Now, I was not able to keep as much in there this winter as I would really like to, but I have a 1-year-old, so getting out trying to water just in itself is a challenge. So
we have got a lot more planted this part of this season.
Than we did last year.
We're on top of it this year.
But I had a 6-month-old last year at the same time.
We have not tried scorpion peppers.
I don't think I have ever heard of that.
There's a lot of peppers that we don't get. We just get kind of the basics. That's right, Hick Rock. We have used ashes out of our fireplace as well.
We have a full wood burning fireplace inside, so we do get a lot of ash.
Yeah, I mean, we what's so great is we actually have almost a 12-month growing season of some form or fashion. So where we had carrots and all our greens and things like that running throughout the winter, and we could kind of start early with this, like you said, the greenhouses.
Holly Ridge Farm Homestead said, "I want a high tunnel maybe next year." I kind of do.
Yeah. They're nice. They really are nice. So Alderman Farms, some of our dear friends who live down the road from us, have a high tunnel, and it's very nice. I mean, they're not cheap.
They're not cheap. That's the major downside.
I figure we will probably go, if we do any more greenhouses or tunnels, we'll probably do the cat tunnel first. That way we can move it, and it's not so costly.
Yeah.
And not that we're opposed to the high tunnel. We would probably need to take some of our pines out.
Did you say hey to them?
Where you been, girl?
I'm sorry, I missed it. I just saw their name as a reply on there.
Step 5, we actually did Swiss chard. Our Swiss chard did not do as good as it should this year.
It didn't. I was a little upset about that.
I mean, we had a few little pieces, but nothing like it should be.
Our girls are jumping off of our new piece of furniture, so they're happy. A lot of people still coming on. Hardnack Farms and Will's Petting Zoo and Gardens. Look, I know about the baby. I have a 1.5-year-old, so I totally feel you. And there are so many times we've had to turn somebody's live on and just listen and chime in when we can, either doing dishes or cooking food or bathing somebody or cleaning up after somebody, so we totally know.
Our greens did excellent, Step 5. I'd say, hey, Rouge Life, I'd say our collards did best of all season. Lettuce, last year we had it coming out of our ears.
Lettuce last year did amazing. This year it was just our spinach did really good.
And we had a cabbage leaf that I was not necessarily crazy about.
It was like,
yeah, it was huge.
Did amazing.
What was that? What was that? One more time.
I'm still in kid mode. It went.
Okay, that's how it is. Did y'all's go?
It did. It even made that sound.
Did it make that sound?
It did.
Awesome. No, it did really good, but it was I love greens.
It was very strong.
Yeah, I mean, I love greens, and I actually like bitter greens. But man, that one was.
It was strong.
I liked it. Strong stuff.
The spinach was my favorite, and it didn't do. I would have loved to have just gone out there and gotten it every day, but I actually posted on our Instagram and Facebook today. I posted a picture of our strawberries, our lemons, Our spinach, our broccoli, our cabbage, and what else was on there?
I don't know. I didn't see your post.
Yeah, I did. I posted a picture today of several of those things. Only got one strawberry, and I love strawberries, and my girls love strawberries. But I only have one that was really, really red today, and I got it off and brought it in and washed it, and I had to cut it in fourths, and that fourth was just not enough. But we do have several more. There's another one that's red. It just wasn't really, really red. And to me, if they're not really, really red, they're a little too bitter.
Our strawberries though are like our aloe. We really didn't have a lot of strawberries, but Misty's propagated mostly every one of them. Other than this last few that we bought
from the runners.
Yeah.
Hey, the Hive and the Homestead.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, Hive and Homestead. We've had a lot of activity on our bees. I think I've lost one. Well, I don't think I've lost one. I think one is wanting to swarm. They've been heavy on the front, but we've had a lot of rain. So the only day they were actually out, I couldn't check them. So we've got rain for the next 2 days. So our goal is to go back in because I see them. They're really aggressively feeding right now. We have a lot of clover growing, and we have a lot of things blooming. But I mean, believe it or not, so we've had a lot of
our
bee
blueberries.
Yeah, they're starting to bud too.
A lot. So I'm just hoping that. Because last year what we ran into is they started blooming and then we had a really hard freeze and then we lost all of those. And then we had more come back and we still got an amazing blueberry harvest.
We did.
But I feel like if it would have waited just a few more weeks, we would have had even more. So it's good that
Thank you, Hardneck
they're
Farmers.
blooming, but it's also kind of a bummer that there still might be a frost come in and kill them all. Yeah, we probably would have had way more strawberries. But see, what happened was I went out one day and there was little worms and bugs all over the undersides of my strawberries. So I got the neem oil, and it was the undiluted neem oil.
Usually a lot of these stories start off with Missy saying, I probably didn't read directions. I mean, we're just going to be honest.
And I just sprayed them down.
She smoked.
I was so mad because every time I would go out and I would be like, oh, my strawberry's almost ready. And then I would go out when it was ready and I would get it. And it would be destroyed. So, and there was like these little white worms and they were just like your little fruit bugs that were just everywhere. They were destroying our fruits. I was so mad. And
hey, Miss Kathy.
I killed all the tops, and some of them did come back, and I have dug all those up and moved them all in the greenhouse. So I'm hoping this year that,
how are you?
Because we have them all in the greenhouse, that they just won't be inundated with bugs.
Because my greenhouse,
right I have buds and strawberries and green strawberries and a few red ones. But we only got the one today that was really red. So
yeah, my wife smoked the apples last year and the strawberries. She is 0 for 2 on fruit last year. So she's got really pick it
was
up.
Another not reading the directions. Thought I was helping the thing and I killed it.
I wish we'd get I'm okay with hard freeze. I'm okay with cold. I just wish it'd stay cold and not rainy. It is so rainy right now at our location. I can't even pull my milk cart through the mud almost. It's just unbelievable how crazy it is.
You can plant blueberries in raised beds. They will do just fine. They will do great.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And
they're some of the easiest things to grow too.
When you're looking for somewhere to plant them, you want a lot of sun and somewhere that does not hold water, because the roots don't like to be sitting in water a lot. So if you have a little hill, or if you have a sandy location that drains good, put the blueberries there and they will do great.
We've got like 3 different locations for our blueberries, and they've all done good. I'd challenge you to buy some different kinds of blueberries. We have some blueberries that actually don't produce blueberries, but they produce the best pollen for the cross-pollination for the other blueberries. So definitely read on which ones does the best. Hey, Beth, how are you?
Somebody up here said, I guess they're talking about their husband doesn't read directions either. Springfield Ridge says Lee never reads directions either. Look, I was flustered and I had my feathers in a ruffle, and I went out there looking for the first thing that I could find to kill those bugs.
Smoked them.
I was.
Kinfolk Farm of Georgia. We are part time. Well, farming.
Hey,
Farming is full time, but I also have another full time job. So our day starts with morning chores at 4:00 a.m. A.m. What are you doing at 4:00?
Oh, I sleep. I never agreed to getting up and milking the cow. So when he was interested in dairy, I said, "Yeah, absolutely."
Good.
But
That's right. Hard
don't
on
ask
farm.
me to come out there. So when mamas had those babies, I come out and help.
She
Except for
did. What? No, wait.
I
wait,
didn't
wait.
with Christoph, but you were like, "No, we're good. We got it. I got it. I don't need your help." And I was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna beg you."
Yep. So we milk at 4. Like this morning, I had to move. I moved some pig netting about 5:30 or 6, and then we do some chores all through the afternoon and evening. So
And let me tell y'all this because I saw a little bee fly around up there on the chat before I forget. Because we've got
Thank you, Kimpo.
a lot of new folks in here. If y'all are not familiar with our T-shirt line, y'all go check those out. Grammy
On
Karen
Facebook.
I've got a Facebook link, Grammy Karen, that has our T-shirt pictures and prices and all of that
Thanks, KBL,
information.
Texas Homestead.
If you want to post that, I
Hey,
have
Sonny's
gotten
Place.
lots of checks in the mail of our sweet viewers that have ordered our Just Be You shirt. It's been a very popular one. So if you want to help with our Save the Bee program, you guys just most people are dropping their checks in the mail. I'm getting them. I will place the order next week. I have a deadline on that. And then I'm going to submit my order to a local lady here. And she said she'll take about
Patty,
a day
how
or
are
two.
you?
As soon as she prints those shirts, I'm going to immediately get them right into the mail. So you would be looking at a week and a half, 2 weeks to have your Just Be You shirt. They are a mustard color with a vintage bee that says Just Be You. Super, super cute. So any of the guys that were on here tonight that were not on there last week also have a cute one with fruits and vegetables that says "Will work for food."
That was my favorite.
It's a vintage. It's on a light sage colored shirt. They're Bella canvas and comfort colors. Really, really cute shirts. And then one says, "This is how we roll," and it's got a wheelbarrow full of vegetables, and it's also a vintage print too. Super cute shirts. But our Just Be one has been very, very popular, and we're very thankful for that. So we can get this Save the Bees program kicked off. We're super excited about that.
Getting started on homesteading. We trimmed our blueberries back. We didn't smoke them like that, but we did trim ours back. We actually trimmed our peaches back. We
did not
didn't do a
trim the
video.
blueberries. We did the pears.
No, I trimmed the blueberries too. We trimmed the bottom. Remember, we took all the bottoms off.
Down there?
Yep.
Oh, well, we still.
You were there.
You didn't do any
No, we
of
didn't
these
do
up
these.
here.
We're gonna try them half and half. But we also trimmed our peaches back. We learned a new way. Misty went to that class, and how you're trying to do the umbrella.
Prune them.
You
want to prune them
So we've had,
for the first few years. Yeah. I wouldn't say we were a fruit expert by any means.
No.
So we went to the class. It was LSU retired extension service. Horticulture teacher, specialist, whatever you want to call it, come in and did a class, and that was really cool. So we're excited about our fruit this year: apple trees, peach trees, pear trees, plum trees, lots of blueberries. We've got a muscadine. What else? So we do have several fruit trees. So got to get out and prune our peach, cherry, and apple trees. Waiting for the. And see, that was one of the things that he was really teaching on was when to do it, dormant times, which is different for people all across the nation. For us, it's now. February is the time, beginning of February, end of January to February. You can really even prune in December here too, but especially he said prune them now. So that's what we did. So I hope that we get a good yield off of it this year. I'm a little worried about our peaches. They're not growing as fast as we would want to, but we've told y'all before, we are rotating our chickens in and out of that area. So instead of, like he said, going and dumping that triple 13 on it, we are using our chickens to rotate them in and out of our fruit orchard and letting them keep the grass pulled back, and they're fertilizing it. So we will do that every few months, and that will serve as our fertilization. And we started doing that this year. So I'm excited to be able to report back to y'all kind of how that's going to go, how it's going to turn out for us. Hoping to prune your fruit trees on Friday. Yeah, now is the time, kind of in the southwest area, to do that. So fantastic yield of peaches last year.
I love peaches and I love apples. I would love to see us get a peach harvest. I mean, we've got occasional 2 or 3, but I think not last year.
The deer.
Yeah, most time the deer get ours. We've had, I think the biggest year we've ever had is like 8. I mean, that's it. And that most of them, unless we pick them early and let them just finish here, the bees get them. I mean, deer get them. So I'd love to see us get a better harvest on peaches.
It's so hard for me to prune, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like going out there and doing the single stem tomatoes. I'm just like, it kills me on the inside to know that I'm whacking something off or destroying a piece of life. But I know it's for the best. I know it's for the best of the rest of the plants or the trees, but it's so hard. Does anybody else have a hard time doing that? Like, we got that peach tree and literally whacked it down in the middle, and I was like, oh my goodness. So
now we had a ton of plums last year. That was probably our best fruit harvest. Well, no, our blueberries were our best fruit harvest.
Beth said, make sure you wash that fruit when it drops, then, because I was talking about how we're using the chickens to fertilize it.
Yep. I'm gonna show you the grass under the orchard. It shows how good the nitrogen, of course, chicken fertilizer is. Under our orchard,
like they just scratched it all up.
Yeah, they just scratched it up. Under our orchard, the grass looks like it's picturesque green
Flush
grass.
again.
That's amazing to me. So I'm gonna show you that in the next few videos as well.
It's usually the deer that get most of our fruit. Hattie Mae typically does a decent job. Sorry, y'all. A decent job of keeping all that back, keeping all that away, the deer stuff away. But last year, she must have been wandering in the woods and let those deer come up, because they got all of our peaches last year. We didn't get any peaches the years before.
Hey, Smith family. Well, yeah. So, for instance, like
-6. Oh my heavens!
That's what it is, degrees.
Oh, are you in Canada?
Fahrenheit wind chill is -40 here tonight. Oh my gosh, I get cold if it's 40 here, above 0.
We're not used to that kind of weather. We wouldn't be able to survive.
Yep, Canada.
Yep, Canada.
Oh my gosh, it's 75 here right now.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Oh, you have your glasses.
I don't, and I come home. I can't. I'm nearsighted.
Hey, Grandma, so happy.
I can't see anything in the distance, and my contact was bothering me really bad after church. So I come home and took them out, and then I didn't put my glasses on.
She can't even read none of what y'all are saying.
Yes, I can. I just cannot see anything far in the distance.
That is cold. Cecilia, I didn't know you were in Canada too. Yeah.
I agree with you, Holly Ridge. I'll stay right here in South Mississippi. I can't do cold like that.
Yeah, so like I milked it this morning, and because it's raining here, I wear a big jacket. And like when I get to the station, I'm like sweating trying to take it off because it was like 75 this morning. Mm-hmm. So, and don't get me wrong, it's supposed to be colder than that.
In Texas.
It's supposed to be colder than that.
Did y'all get bad weather, Salon Girls? I think that passed through y'all was headed to us. So hopefully you didn't get any bad weather.
Hey Larry, you can use the fencing, basically the permaculture chicken fencing that we use. A lot of people use that for deer maintenance too. Mm-hmm. A lot of people do that. So if you're looking for a good, Premier one has a great deer fence. It's a little higher, it's 42 or 48 inch, but the Energizer does really good for sure. I'll tell you another thing you can do. Add Milorganite around your fruit trees. I know it's nasty. It's human manure. Which is crazy. It's been composted, but the smell of it
will keep the deer away.
Keep the deer away.
Beth said our flowers, grass, and sinuses are so confused. They are. Because it goes from like 35 to 40 in the morning to like in the afternoon it's like 70. So that's a humongous jump.
That's crazy, Miss Kathy. I'm gonna let you keep that up there.
Look, if it's gonna be cold, I would rather it be pretty and cold. And to me, I think snow is absolutely beautiful. So I'm like, if it's gonna be cold, I'd rather it be pretty and cold. But -35, yeah.
I'm like stepping in water as I'm going out to do the cows. I'm literally
Hey,
like
Texas life.
I'm like stepping. It's
Texan.
going over my boot. That's how much rain we've had. Yeah, they're great fences, Mr. Larry. We really like them. Using a good energizer, but the Milorganite, if you're looking for something easy, it stinks to me, but it does keep the
Texan
deer away.
life said they're almost in a drought condition.
Holy moly, are you on? You must be on West Texas.
We are like need a boat to get outside. It's been like it rained almost every day 2 weeks ago, every day last week, and almost every day this week. It's like it will not stop raining.
I think
it's supposed to rain again tonight.
I think I'm gonna take the wheels off my little milk cart and actually put like sled skis on it, and that way I could just like pull it across there. It's unbelievable. You know what's so crazy is our problem with our bees and with our Holly Ridge, we're the same way.
We have mud in our mud. We do. We feel you there.
A lot of times when we lose stuff for the winter, it's not too coldness, it's too wetness. It's just our rains just beat down everything, like such as any of our greens. Your fragile greens like lettuces, spinaches, and things like that. And then also our bees. We lose a lot of our bees, not because of the coldness, but because of the rains and just not being able to get through the winter without having some kind of feeding.
Holly Ridge said our pastures are lakes now.
Yeah.
Look, it's so funny. I saw a picture when I was scrolling through on Facebook today, and it had a picture of the ocean, and it had a dolphin jumping and a cow jumping. And it said, this is what our farm looks like. And yeah, we can definitely relate to that. Blood meal helps. Huh. We used a lot of blood meal, bone meal,
we
all
used blood
kinds
meal
of
and
stuff
bone meal
in our garden last year. Central Mississippi flooding everywhere.
Yep. We feel you.
Grandma also happy said the hard part is my son said UPS just got new pants here and they are not warm for the drivers in the cold. Oh my gracious.
It doesn't. I mean, there's been a few days we've had to have insulated bibs when working outside, but
not much.
Not many. You probably count on our hand how many.
And I'm okay with that because I'm not crazy about the cold. So excited not to have rain. I think we're supposed to get a break Saturday. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. There's a chance here Friday, and I think it's supposed to be a pretty day Saturday. But even though the sun's out, it's like you still can't go out because it's so wet. You can't get anywhere off of concrete or rocks because it's so nasty.
I'll tell you another thing, too, what some people have done, Mr. Larry, if you can't be there and you don't want to buy the fence for that, well, a lot of times like they put a Great Pyrenees in that fence or a bigger dog in the fence, so when the deer come to the orchard, the dog's not going to chase them because he can't, but he's in there enough to scare them. So that's another thing a lot of people are doing too.
Yeah, Hattie Mae goes roaming sometimes at night, like chasing other stuff because we also have Cody here. Yeah. We also have boar. We also have deer. So if she's off chasing one thing, I guess the deer can sneak in or whatever else could sneak in through the night. But she has done a really good job of keeping predators at bay for the most part.
We have a good
she's
deer.
Very stubborn.
We have a good deer population here, but they really don't pose us any problems. We have more problems with squirrel or rabbit or raccoons getting some things. We really don't have a lot of problem with our deer causing issues because our cow are close where cow are. Usually deer don't like to be, and our pigs too are pretty loud, and they're kind of close to all our raised beds.
Come July, we'll be begging for rain.
You're right, son, girl.
It's like it rains all spring and it's so terrible, and then it dries up all winter. And you're right, we're praying for rain. Will they bother chickens? Great Pyrenees will not, if that's what you're talking about. Great Pyrenees he has 3.
Yeah.
They are natured protectors. So they are natured to protect farm animals, anything you have on your farm. They are natured to protect. have bred in them. That's their job. That's what they do.
Sonny's place, I feel you on the cat. My barn cat needs to go back to the barn and leave my raised beds alone.
He killed a mouse out here the other day.
He did, but I'd rather let the mouse go and leave my greens alone.
Well, I would rather not have a mouse in my house.
At Polyface, when we went to Polyface at Joel Salatin's, they have a Great Pyrenees in every pen of their animals. So, like, not their cows or pigs, but where their turkeys are and where their broilers or their chickens are and their lambs, they have a Great Pyrenees that lays with them in their pen. Ours has been a great protector of our animals. So, I wouldn't. I'm not saying go buy a Great Pyrenees because ours can be very stubborn and hard headed. But,
they have to be trained.
They do. I agree.
Do. And unfortunately, ours was given to us. She was almost 2. She was raised with goats.
Yeah.
But she was not.
She's not the best.
We weren't able to show her who
Right.
the top dog was when she was little because she was not here with us. So it's hard to try to manhandle and retrain a 150-pound dog because that's what she is. All of that.
We've had better luck with the Red Heeler and the Australian Shepherd minding, and the Border Collie minding way better than the Great Pyrenees. However, the Great Pyrenees has done excellent with our animals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you won't have any problems with her or him. I would never see any.
See you, Mimsy. Thank you for coming by.
Dogs are unpredictable, but I would never see because they're natured protectors. They're not going to just go jump into a chicken pen and start ripping them to shreds.
Right.
That's just not how they're natured. But as far as stubbornness and obedience, get a puppy. Do not get an already grown dog. That was our mistake as far as that goes. We needed to train her from small.
Rustic Traditions. I challenge you to go watch Alderman Farms, Tommy's video on Anatolian Shepherd. Had a beautiful Anatolian Shepherd that he trusted, and that dog grew up with his family, but that dog turned on him. Almost killed him.
Ripped his face off.
His son actually had to shoot the dog off of him. So be careful with Anatolian Shepherd because they're like a Rottweiler, they're like a Doberman.
Well, they have that shepherd in them.
Yeah, they're bred to
Alderman Farms.
Yeah,
just go in and type in
like it almost killed him. I mean, and I don't know. A lot of y'all may know Tommy from Alderman Farms, but just look that video up. That video, of course, I think it's got like almost 1 million views now.
Just type in. He has a whole story on.
Now that's been about 2 years ago.
No. It's been about 4 years ago.
It's been a few years back, but it's a great video. That Anatolian Shepherd was like a baby to him. I'm talking about they babied him. He had him from a puppy. Now the grace he has is he almost killed the puppy. The puppy he has now is a mixture between.
But he still has that dog.
No, he didn't have. No, he does not.
The puppy.
Yeah, the puppy.
They shot the other one.
They shot the other one, but the Anatolian Shepherd had a baby with their Australian Shepherd, and now he'll tell you it's absolutely the best dog in the world. But the Anatolian Shepherd turned on him, and
it ripped. His ear was hanging off.
He's still got scars from it.
His nose was hanging off. He had to have several, if not 100 stitches on into the 100 stitches. I mean, his face was so swollen by the time the ambulance got there. They had to put what's called nasal trumpets in, which is tubes to go up and down back, so his nasal cavity would not. It almost swelled shut.
From Alderman Farms. That's correct.
Alderman Farms. I cannot remember the name of the video, but he did a video and he shows you his scars. I mean, he's very open with his story. So yeah, go back and check that out. He explains it and tells it all, and it's
Rustic Traditions. We have a Great Pyrenees, and we're in Zone 8B. We're South Mississippi, so it gets pretty warm here. Now, what we did with her, I bought just a regular old shaver, dog shaver, and she's not she's not the prettiest dog after I shave her.
Well, this is the thing. Their hair does get matted. A lot of them will rub up against trees and stuff like that to shed that hair off.
Thank you, Mimsy.
But because they're naturally natured with so much hair, some of it does get matted. And I told Colby last year, I was like, you got to get that stuff off her. She looks terrible, and you just got to give her a haircut. Well, she ain't loading up, and she ain't going nowhere because they are bred to stay on the farm. And
So I just
couldn't
went
get
to
her.
town.
I couldn't get her loaded up. She sure wasn't getting in my SUV. So I told
I know
Colby.
Menzies on at Spring Ridge
I told
or Springfield.
Colby, you do whatever you got to do, but you got to trim her up. And she sits. I mean, she
did
sits,
well. Yeah,
but
she actually did well as I trimmed her. Now her hair, she wasn't as pretty as if she went to a dog groomer because she may be missing a piece of hair here, and it might be long still here.
I don't think she cares. Our blue heeler won't leave the couch.
Oh goodness. We had a red heeler, the best dog we ever had.
Yep, and she actually was a stray that ran up and found us. This past January was a year that she died. The best dog we have ever had. We will never find another dog like her. I mean, she stayed with us. She followed my kids around in the yard. If somebody pulled up or something was in the yard that wasn't supposed to be, she immediately let us know about it. If she felt threatened or felt like we were threatened, her hair would stand up on her. She would let you know about it. Don't go. Whatever command I gave her, we did not train her. We're not connected.
Are we losing it? Are y'all with us?
Can y'all still see us? We got a sign with our signal. Anyway, she was a very good dog.
All right. Well, we are running close to an hour anyway.
Vicious dog attack on Google.
Yeah, they say that. Where you been, girl? Minzy shared it like 5 minutes ago.
I've been talking about dogs.
All right. Again, thank y'all so much for coming on with us tonight. We're getting close to an hour. I know Chris just went on Single Dad, so go join him. But thank y'all so much for coming on with us. We love talking to y'all. We love the camaraderie that we have. It's always fun when we get on here. Going from dogs to cats to pigs to gardens to human manure. Who would have thought?
That's how we roll on the homestead.
That's right. Crazy. Thank y'all again so much, and I hope y'all enjoy our talks. Hope you enjoy our videos. We're right here at 2,000 subscribers, so we're hoping to hit that. If you could share us with your friends, we would love that, and we appreciate that.
Yes, and y'all don't forget, if you want a t-shirt, drop us a check in the mail. Our P.O. box is everywhere, and all you need to let me know is which shirt you want, which shirt design, and what size you want, and we will get those mailed off to y'all.
When we get to 2,000, we are going to do a shirt giveaway and a soap giveaway, so be looking for that too.
We're so close.
Thank y'all so very much. You see, we got some tired children. So.
Happy homesteading, y'all.
God bless. Happy homesteading, y'all.